Hi, this is Rob. I'm going to show you how to do the exercises that go along with the video lesson, mean, median, and mode. Are you ready? Let's get started. For our first problem, we need to fill in the blank, and we have the median is the blank of an ordered data set. Now, this one, we just have to remember what the definition of median is, and remember that median is the middle of an ordered data set. Middle. For problem 2, we need to fill in the blank, and we have the mean is another term for the blank value of a data set. And remember, mean means average. You take up all of the members of a data set and divide by how many members were in that data set, and you get the average value of the data set. So it's the average. The mean is another term for the average value of a data set. For problem 3, we need to fill in the blank, and we have to calculate the mean, blank all the numbers in the data set, and then blank the total by the number of members in the data set. Remember, mean means average, and so we need to add up all of the members of a data set. So we add all the members in the data set, and then we divide the total by the number of members in the data set. For problem 4, we have true or false, and we have the statement, if no values are repeated, then a data set doesn't have a mode. Now remember, a mode is the value that's repeated most often. And so if no values are repeated, then the data set doesn't have a mode. So this is true. For problem 5, we have calculate the mean of this data set. And we're given 8, 3, 5, and 12. Now remember, mean means average. So we need to find the average value of this data set. So we first add up all the members of the data set. So we have 8 plus 3 plus 5 plus 12 right here. So we have 8 plus 3 is 11, 11 plus 5 is 16, 16 plus 2 is 18. So we put an 8 here and carry the 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So the total of this data set is 28, and we have to divide it by how many members are in the data set. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 members in the data set. So we have 28 divided by 4, and 28 divided by 4 is 7. So the mean of this data set is 7. For problem 6, we need to find the median of this data set. Now remember, median is the middle of a data set, of an ordered data set. And this data set, 0, 3, 4, 8, 10, 15, 20, is already in order from least to greatest. So this one's pretty easy. We just need to find the middle member of this data set. This 8 right here looks like the middle because there's 3 members on this side and 3 members on this side, and it's all in order. So 8 is the median of this data set. For problem 7, we need to find the mean, median, and mode of this data set. This data set is 7, 2, 5, 8, 14, 8, 10, and 2. And the first thing we need to find is the mean, so we need to find the average of this. So we need to add up all the members of this data set. And because I don't have much room here, I'm just going to add them up in place. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. 14 plus 8 is 22. 22 plus 14 is 36. 36 plus 8 is 44. 44 plus 10 is 54. 54 plus 2 is 56. So the total is 56. And then we need to divide 56 by the number of members in this data set. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 members. So we need to divide 56 by 8. 56 divided by 8 is 7. Let's see, 7 times 8 is 56. So no remainder. So the mean of this data set, the average, the mean, is 7. Right here. And now we need to find the median. All right, so to find the median of a data set, the data set needs to be in order. So let's do that first. So let's see, we have this 2 here, and there's no numbers less than 2, so 2 is going to be our first number, 2, and we have another 2 right there, 2, 2, and then the next highest number, let's cross these off as we go past so we don't put them in more than once. And the next highest number is 5. Next highest number is 7. Next number is 8. And then there's another 8. There's 2 8s. And then the next highest number is 10. The next one is 14. All right, so now the numbers are in order, and we need to find the middle number. Let's see, there's not an exact middle number because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's an even number of members, and so we need to take the 2 middle numbers. So let's see here. I believe the 7 and 8 are in the middle. Let's double check that. It's 1, 2, 3 on this side, and 1, 2, 3 on that side. Yep. So we need to find the mean of 7 and 8, because we need to find the middle value that would come right between those 2 middle numbers. So 7 plus 8 is 15. 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. So the median for this data set is 7.5. And now we need to find the mode of this data set. So we need to find any numbers that are repeated and find out which number is repeated most often. And it's easier when they're in order because repeated numbers are going to be right next to each other. Like we see that there's 2 2s and 2 8s. So these numbers tie for mode. So this data set has 2 modes, as 2 and 8. So the mean of this data set is 7, the median is 7.5, and the mode is 2 and 8. For problem 8, we have this table records how many miles Rob walked each weekday. Find the mean, median, and mode of this data set. So we have this table here, and we have the days of the week, of the weekdays, not the weekends, and then how many miles walked each day. We have 2.6, 0.0, 0.8, 2.1, and 1.5. So to find the mean, we add all of these up, and then we divide by how many members there are, 5. So let's add these up first. So we have 2.6, 0.0. It won't affect the total, but we'll put it in anyway. 0.8, 0.8, 2.1, 0.1, 1.5. And if you've never added up a column of numbers that have a decimal place in them, you line up the decimal places because that will line up the ones place. In this case, they all just have 1 digit after the decimal place, so it's easy to line them up. But if some of them had more digits, you would line up by the decimal place. And then you just add as normal, but remember to keep the decimal place in the answer. All right. So we have 6 plus 8, that's 14, plus 1 is 15, plus 5 is 20. So we have 0 here, and we'll copy down the decimal point, and then that added up to 20. We put the 0 in the answer line, so we carry the 2. And then 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So the total is 7.0, but we're not done yet. We need to divide by how many members are in this data set. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members. So 7.0 divided by 5. Let's see. 1 5 goes into the 7. Put 1 times 5 there. 7 minus 5 is 2. Bring down the 0. I didn't need to bring down the decimal point there, so we'll just ignore that. So this is 25 goes into 20 4 times. 4 up there. And then 4 times 5 is 20. No remainder. And now it might look like the answer is 14, but don't forget the decimal point. We need to include the decimal point. The answer is 1.4. Just goes, as long as you keep everything lined up, it makes it easy because it just goes straight above. So the mean of this data set is 1.4. All right, now we need to find the median. Hopefully there's enough room left over because we need to rewrite this data set in order from least to greatest or greatest to least. It doesn't matter as long as it's in order. And then we need to find the middle value to find the median. All right, so we'll go from least to greatest. And I'll put it, normally we put it in a line like this, but it's crowded here, so I'm going to just stack it, but it'll still be in order. So we have 0.0. Then the next highest number is 0.8, 0.8. And then we go up to 1.5, 1.5. And then the next highest number is 2.1, 0.1. The next highest is 2.6, 2.6. So now we have all of the members of the data set in order from least to greatest, and we just need to find the middle member of this data set, and that is this 1.5, because there's 2 in front of it and 2 behind it. It splits the data set into 2 equal parts. So we have 1.5 as the median, and then for the mode, we need to find the value that's repeated most often. But if you look closely at these, you'll see that no value is repeated, so that means there's no mode. Now you might be tempted to think that you write in a 0 right here when there's no mode, but that's not true. You just write in none or no, or if your teacher has a special way they want you to signify it, do that, but don't put in a 0. This is one case where 0 and none are not the same thing. All right, so the mean, median, and mode of this data set is 1.4 for the mean, 1.5 for the median, and none for the mode.